Talk of New York, y'all. Talk of New York. So, it's been an interesting week in sports so far, man. A lot of blockbusters, trades, and signings, and, Lakers look like they got better. Look like they got a little mini big three, man. But let's see how it plays out because, injuries and then you need other pieces and things like that, how that's going to blend in as well. But that guy, Walker Kessler, big pickup for them. Re-signing Austin Reeves. We got Luka. And LeBron's out of here, man. And his fan base and all of his, prop guys, right? The people that are on television trying to spin this shit to make it look like LeBron, chose to just leave and, like the Lakers didn't want him. The Lakers want him, they would have offered him a contract last year. Like, it's common sense. If teams wanted him so bad, why isn't he signed yet? Everybody else is getting signed. Like, that's LeBron James, man. He's supposed to be the face of the NBA. He's supposed to be the GOAT. I don't care if he's 42. He's supposed to be still putting up numbers. Why nobody trying to sign him? You know what I'm saying? Now he's talking about taking the minimum. He wanted $50 million a year in LA. They weren't gonna get that to him. They gave him enough, man. They drafted your son. They traded all the young players away. A lot of those players became good players. Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle, even though he left before he got there. Jordan Clarkson's decent player. Who else? Josh Hart, like, champion now. You know what I mean? But anyway, LeBron is gone, man. And like I said, his fan base, them niggas is like a scorned ex right now, man. They on X right now, saying fuck Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he's not getting the farewell that and the respect that he thought he was gonna get from the Lakers. They talking about he saved the Lakers franchise. You hearing all this shit? They should be happy he came and he chose them. All this shit we hearing, right? So it's all coming out. And this is why I couldn't root for the Lakers. That fucking fan base, man. Like, you serious? Yo, that shit's crazy. I knew this was gonna happen. You mad at Kobe because everybody's telling you he wasn't Kobe. He was not gonna be better than Kobe. He tried everything to do and be like Kobe, and it didn't work. Kobe played his entire career in LA. He brought 5 championships. He was the second thing coming to Michael Jordan. Probably the next best thing to Michael Jordan that we ever seen. Hey, you know what I'm saying? You bled LA Lakers. You didn't bleed LA Lakers. You were a mercenary. You came to the Lakers towards the end of your prime. So, you did what you got the bubble championship. And you damn sure don't think Kendrick Jerkins or some idiot, man. He said that he deserves a statue. For what? Then James Worthy should get a statue. Byron Scott should get a statue, man. Like, come on, cut it out. Paul Gasol should get a statue. Ron Artest should. He got 1 championship there. Like, why should you get a statue, man? Like, they could. And then you got these guys, the Lakers want to shoot. The Lakers had 16 fucking banners before that man got there. You fools. 16 banners, man. Countless jerseys on them Raptors, man. Hall of Famers. Majority of people's top 5 is Lakers. Definitely your top 10. Like, come on. We got Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, Wilt Chamberlain. Even though he only played a few years, he still got a championship there. I said West, Wilt, Who else? Green, Worthy, Magic, Shaq, Saul, Kobe. Like, we could just keep going, man. Like, George Mikan, but way before our time. Like, this guy's gotta stop, man. Like the Lakers would have been alright. Every team has down years. Every team, right? They go down. You know what I'm saying? They have years. Boston had down years. Detroit had years where they were fucked up. The Bulls are having down years. You know, like, team, it happens, man. Yeah, like the Lakers was never gonna recover. Like, he saved the franchise from the ground. Like, people were still showing up to the games, man. They just wasn't winning. And to be honest, the Lakers was looking forward to building that young team and maybe getting a piece to, you know, fit in, but they didn't have the patience. You know, but you don't deserve no statue, man. Come on. For one champ, a bubble ring at that, cut it out. These dudes like sport though. Them niggas is like scorned ex-wives, man. Like, they want death and destruction by any means to Lakers and the Laker fans. It's disgusting, man. But now, you know, franchises, you know, you see the type of fan base that follows this cat. Now, one time, do you ever hear him say, you know what, no, it's not like the same thing I'm about to get on Jason Tatum about. All these rumors, you never heard him come out and shut it down. Like, nah, man, me and him good. He's supposed to shut it down every time they say something, man. He didn't say anything. And I thought that was a dumb trade. Jaylen Brown for Paul George and some draft picks. So you gave up draft picks, Paul George, for Jaylen Brown. It seems like they fell under the pressure of the media and the narratives, and it makes me think deeper. Pause. Like, what does Tatum have to do with this? Because, like I said, he hasn't come out and said shit, right? So, like, all these attacks that was happening with Brown, you never heard Tatum publicly defend him. Also, you know, Tatum rushed back to play. Like, they were balling before he came back. He rushed his rehab and got hurt. But you rush your rehab. And it's always been seeming like they've been trying to break that squad up, you know, for years. Even before they won the championship. For years, they didn't think it could work. You know, at first they were like, yeah, we got the 2 young guys. They didn't think it could work. They didn't think it could work. And it actually got them a championship. But then, you know, the disrespect started really happening. Remember, Tatum was disrespecting in the Olympics. Brown wasn't even thought about going to the Olympics. But you also have to look at how they treat a lot of their players. They treated Ime Udoka was a coach. Look how they treated him. He had consensual sex with a staffer, who was probably somebody's wife, and you know, they packed him for it. What about her? You know, cheating, the sex can't happen without her, or it's a crime. So he didn't commit a crime. So why is she blamed? But they did him dirty. And then they had Antoine Walker and Paul, I think they had Paul Pierce, broke that up. They had Isaiah Thomas, sent him packing, Kyrie Irving, and now you got Jaylen Brown. And I hope Jaylen Brown balls. Some people like this trade. I'm not too sold on it because I'm looking at him probably being a third option on that team, because you still got Embiid there, and he should come back healthy because he did play in the playoffs. Now, him staying healthy all season is one thing. I mean, that's another thing. But Joel Embiid is still the number one option on that team when he's healthy. Tyrese Maxey probably be the 2 option, or 1A, 1B. And now, does Jaylen Brown, is there enough basketballs to go around for him to get his shots up? Because they got other little guys on that team that can ball too. So, they're going to want their shots. So let's see how this plays out, man. But they definitely did Brown dirty, and I think that it might have been something with Tatum. You rushing to come back and ball, right? And then you hurt yourself again. We got to see what you made of, because now, boom. But before I get to that point, I think, to me, it's just my opinion, disclaimer, my opinion, just a fan. Tatum might have been a little jealous of the success that they were having. And because they want Tatum, to be the face of the franchise, he probably, had a hand in getting Jaylen Brown traded. Because you're not publicly coming out and speaking up for him. So, it makes you look bad. But anyway, man, I don't know, man. That's tough, man. And then I want to say, one more thing. I gotta rush this because I gotta go. Just this boot situation, man. That fight Saturday, it was a good fight, man. Entertainment, a lot of banging, pause, heavy punches thrown, heavy punches landed. It's a good, clean fight, right? And this is the problem. Because Boots is a fighter, right, who has talent and has skill and can just go in there and probably just dominate. He could have just went in there and dominated homie if he just boxed him, right? But no, what Boots does, Boots goes out there and he presses to make the fight. And he gives you the firefight that everybody says Mexican style, or he's not playing Tom and Jerry out there. He's coming to fight. But when he does that, when you standing in front of somebody, obviously you standing in line to get hit. But with him, it's like I'm arguing with niggas on Twitter. So when Inoue gets knocked down, remember, Boots never been on the canvas yet, right? So when he goes, Inoue goes down several times, right? Gets up and destroys and annihilates his opponents after that. Figures him out, and he gets, and he ends up getting stoppages, right? Boots is going through fire, taking hits, giving hits back, and shaking off hits, and he's still getting stoppages, right? But one is praised and one is vilified. But if the vilified one was to go out there, box, stick and move, make the Scott miss, make him pay, he's a bum, he's slow, or he's trying to be this guy, and no. So, we're not gonna let you do that. We're not gonna let you continue to change narratives, man. Because that's what they're doing. They're saying, okay, well, when he's boxing and he's moving, he's a runner, he's scared. But when he's going forward, he's a bum. He gets hit a lot. He takes too many chances. Which one is it? You know what I'm saying? But when it's Inoue, he's a warrior. He's tough. If it's Fernando Vargas, if it's Chavez, if it's what's this kid, Bam, any one of these other guys that come forward, right? They're champions. But when you look like me, you get crucified for that. So you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, man. I think Boots, what he does is he's going in there trying to sell these fights, and he's putting himself in positions to get hit. And he knows he's going to land his shots, but he's willing to go through the fire to do it instead of boxing and going around it. He's willing to go straight through the fire. Can't ask for more than that. If you love boxing and you love fighting. So anyway, man, let me get going. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to point that out, man. It's just a lot of double standards with that shit. But I'm out, man. Many Face Publishing, man. Peace.